would you date a guy your age if he told you he was a virgin and never had a girlfriend? Go ahead, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I feel like it would depend if he had like the confidence or like the riz to
The
like
riz.
the riz to
That's
back
definitely
it up
not
a little
enough
bit.
context. Like,
Yeah.
yes,
Like, it
but
depends on
like
the
depends on a
person.
lot of other things.
Yeah.
I'm willing to be a teacher for somebody for a first timer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say, maybe when I was younger, like yes, but at 35, if they're still a virgin, that's
Okay, for yeah.
that's
it's
throwing
different.
red flags. I feel like.
Take notes.
Okay, what about you, Sophia?
I feel like
Closer to the mic.
For me, yeah, no, I feel like yes, if it was a good guy, it just depends. That's not enough information.
I mean, I feel like a lot of you say that, but how old are you, Sophia? Reminder?
23.
23,
That
19,
doesn't make me like
20,
turned off. That's what
21, 34. Okay. I kind of agree with Lauren on this one. Like, probably like if a guy is a virgin, even at 21, 22, you're going to, not that I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think most women are probably going to have an issue with that because he's probably not bringing something to the table to still be a virgin
His
at that
pocket's
age.
looking like no. I'm just kidding.
But you're not.
Like there's some guys that just are waiting for the right one, and like if that's really that guy, you respect that.
True.
I don't know about that.
What do you
I don't
think,
know. Maybe
Lauren?
at 30,
What
though,
do you
it's
think,
different.
Lauren?
I can't speak
So
for 30.
I kind of think as time goes on, it's really more about motivation than anything else. And so if someone's just not motivated to seek out relationships or even sex, I'm like, something's off. Like something's not right. You know? Because like 21, okay, fine. But 35, like you've gone 2 of your best decades of your life. You're in your prime and you've never had opportunity or interest in even sex. That's weird to me. That's weird. I don't know. I've thought about this clearly.
Because like I think that a lot of like you have to think about, okay, who is that guy who's at 21, 22, 23 is still a virgin? By the way, I don't want to come off like don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not shaming men who are virgins or who have difficulty when it comes to dating or getting laid. That's not what I'm saying. But most women are probably, you have to think like he's not, the guy who's the virgin's probably not going to be the guy who's tall, good looking, confident, ambitious, like socially calibrated. Like that's probably not going to be that guy. Now there are some people for either spiritual or religious reasons, they might be waiting for, you know, for until marriage. Yeah. Zach, what are any thoughts on this, Zach?
If I was dating a girl my age and that
Well,
wasn't,
No guy.
or
No,
just
just
guy.
that. I mean, we can reverse it for us.
We can do that.
But
You wanna do that?
well, let's before we
I-
reverse it, just your take, if you have one.
My take on, I would say 35 is a little weird. There's no doubting that. But I would say if the guy's intentions were saving it for marriage, I say that's a plus for that guy because it's showing him that he's waiting for you to show like earn the respect
rare.
of being that person.
But it's
It's really rare.
respectful.
Well, around here it's rare. Yeah.
I guess I want to, before we give our take on the reverse, let's say you met a great guy, right? But he was waiting until marriage. Is it a wrap? Like, are you going to wait till marriage, or is that something like you need to have sex?
See, I feel like you can't just wait till marriage like that. I don't like that saying. I'm gonna wait till marriage to have sex with the right person. Because what if you do that and you're not great in bed, and now, because you need marriage, you need communication to have this relationship to work, and if the sex is bad, then like now you're lagging, and that person's gonna be like me going off to look for some other entertainment. So
Okay, so you wouldn't wait. What about you?
I feel like as physical touch being my love language, like, or a part of it, like, could you incorporate enough of that into it so that I'm not like looking elsewhere? You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, that's probably not going to work out. I mean, hello, touch me. What's going on?
Okay, but so would that be a deal breaker if the guy says, I want to wait until marriage?
Are we getting married within the year? No, I'm just kidding. So no, probably not.
I mean, some people get married fairly quickly. Let's
I
say
don't wanna do that.
Let's say
All-
1 to 2 years.
Personally, I feel like how I was raised, if a guy wants to wait until marriage, that's a sign of respect for you. Like he really does care about you and wants to do things a certain way. And
How were you raised?
Christian.
Okay, you're Christian.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's like being raised in that religion. That's like it teaches me like, oh, the guy respects you enough to wait for you to be married because that's how the religion is.
But like,
you know,
I don't understand though, because you're waiting. You don't have to wait until marriage to show that I respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand that,
no.
but
I'm
and that
just saying
doesn't give
he's not-
me
it's
more
just like
value.
he's not forcing you to do something you're not comfortable with. Like if you,
but if
you
it's
were
his
raised to wait
decision
until
and you
marriage,
actually
he's
be
cool with
fucking,
that,
then what?
It's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys definitely need to be on the same page with that. 100%
Yeah, I
for
think
that
that's
to work.
cool. I mean,
yeah.
it's a little old fashioned, but it's cool. Like it's like old fashioned values. I like
No,
it.
yeah. I agree.
You gotta know what you're doing in bed. Like, I can't
That's
have some
true,
man
too.
just waiting around for me. Like, you need to go practice first, then come.
Okay, what about you?
I don't know. I feel like personally, like I agree. Like physical touch is like a love language, and I just feel like personally I'd overthink it to the point where it's like, okay, well, what if we do have sex and it's horrible and like we don't have that sexual attraction, and then it's like it turns into like an ick, and you just don't want to indulge in that. So
Okay, and Lauren, I assume for you, it's a no-go, or
Well, okay, I don't know. I'm actually thinking about this. I may just be really dumb, but I feel like if it was the right person, I mean, if they're religious and like that's something that's really important to them, and like we're just great together in every other way, like maybe in some alternate universe, I don't know. I can't really see it.
okay. So a couple of you said that if the sex is bad, then that's a wrap, right? So I'm curious. My follow-up question to this is, if the sex is bad, the first time you have sex is bad, is there not going to be a second time, or are you going to give him a couple opportunities
3
to
strikes,
redeem?
you're out.
3 strikes.
Yeah, 3 strikes, you're out.
Lily, what about you?
I feel like I would like try to give it a chance and like try to see if you can get it to be good. But if it just doesn't end up happening, then it's like no. Like I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so would you, if the guy's initial performance wasn't up to par, let's say, what are you going to do? Are you going to tell him, or are you just going to say you're going to hope he figures it out?
No, like,
You're not going to tell him?
No, I would tell him. I'm like very sexually open with my partner. So it's like if they're not doing something like you
Like
know, or
this.
like if they want to know things, it's like okay, like do this. It's
Yeah,
like
how about I go this way?
open communication and just like you know let them know what to do right, and then see if it gets better.
Okay. And what about you? Is it a wrap if the first time's bad?
I
How's
mean,
that?
there's always a chance to learn, so I'm not gonna disregard him for that. We can learn together.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Lauren, what about you?
I would say I'd give it a few attempts, but I do have to say, in my experience, that if it's bad right away, it usually continues
be
in
bad.
that vein for the duration of the relationship.
Okay.
What is the question?
Oh
If it's bad, do you continue?
If the first time hooking up with a guy, if it's bad, the sex is bad, is it a wrap? Do you give him a couple more opportunities?
It would never get to that point, but
Closer to the mic.
yeah, I don't think that would ever happen. I mean,
What?
if the sex was bad, I would be really scared.
You'd be scared.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I need a minute.
What? Okay, so you said you would never let it get to that point.
Like,
So
because
you've
if
never
you're
had bad
messing
sex?
with somebody, then it has to already be built up to the moment that you want to have sex with them. Period. Like, you're not just having sex for no reason. That's not going to be bad sex if you've been waiting to have sex with someone.
Okay.
That's true. Can I go off of that?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of
So I believe that where I stand on this is like the covenant of marriage and like you working towards something with someone else. If you guys are both on that same page, and it's not good the first time, I know for a fact if you guys communicate and like kind of venture that way with like that special connection that you guys have built up of trust and like communicating, you know, like how each other work and everything. I feel like that's a way bigger connection that
So you
could
can
leave.
make it better.
You can make it better for them, and then
Yeah.
also that's a
I
better
mean, I
sign
agree.
out of respect for each other that it can last a lot longer than like you just like hooking up with some guy and then having a few month relationship.
I mean, I guess basically, yeah. If you did have bad, like it would just, yeah, would it be memorable?
Because I say like with the covenant of marriage, it kind of goes over people's heads, but it is really important to have that and like that first like initial connection, and like you respect that person and you want to do life with them. Sex is just on top of that. You guys can definitely work that out if you really love
But that's
them.
hard. Like, how are you gonna talk about the covenant of marriage and you're talking about sex before? 'Cause that's
No,
two
I'm
different-
saying like waiting till marriage.
Oh, like waiting till marriage. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's two different things. These are complicated like aspects. They're going against each other. You realize? I'm sorry. I got confused.
Okay, so a few of you said you would work on it. I think you specifically. What specifically? Please articulate what you would do to help a guy who just, you know. Oh, Eric, can you switch the audio to? You're gonna have to go to the bottom right corner and switch the audio to the speakers. No. Here, I'll get up and do it. Yeah, articulate what you would do.
I feel like it would like depend on what's
switch it to the girls.
on what the problem is. But like if it was like something I could physically show them, you know, like you'd physically show them like what could work better, or like
Yeah.
just talk about like, oh, like I like this, or and you like that, so like meet in the middle in a way. But like, yeah, just communicate what you want with your partner, I feel like, and then you should find a way to make that work. And if it's something that you physically can't come to a agreement on, or like something, I don't know how
Where you
that
guys
would
like
work.
both stop trying, then it just doesn't work.
Yeah, like there's gotta
And
be
I'm guessing
some-
that's like coming from you guys, like if you marry someone, wait till marriage, marry someone, and then that happens, that's like the big fear you guys were talking about, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
I think I think sex is partly learned, like
Yeah.
being good at it. And so, you know, like you said, like maybe you had to teach them something, but it doesn't mean like it's a no go. I guess how you're saying it, you're being a little bit like you
What
know,
am I
aggressive.
being? What
Like,
what?
Oh, it's bad sex, so I'm never gonna talk to them again. Is that?
Well, no, that's not
question?
my position.
No.
That's not my position at all.
His
And
question is, how would you communicate that with your partner?
yeah, and actually,
Probably
I
just
mean,
learning to grow our relationship, because
There
I
you
think
go.
that's where sex comes from. Like, you know, like having good intimate passion between like your whole
go.
relationship outside of sex.
I
have
agree
you
with that.
have you ever had a
Yeah.
one night stand?
No, nothing memorable. No.
But like, have
That's
you
not
ever?
the
I'm like
question.
more of a, no, I don't think
Oh,
so.
remember.
I'm literally like, I like to like have a crush and like work for a crush.
Work for
But
a
I
crush.
might be a little bit of a hopeless romantic.
You're a hopeless romantic. You two are friends, right? Is she a hopeless romantic?
She said she is.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought maybe you had some details behind the scenes. Well, I mean, I would say this as far as like the being bad and